talk about Keith Thurman. You know, he did an interview with Fight Hype after Tszyu fight. He called the fight. Thought he did a pretty good job on the call. Keith Thurman definitely is a good talker. But the funny thing he said he called out Bud, right? But here's the thing about when he called out Bud that kind of caught my attention. He said that he was in negotiations to fight Terence Crawford at the same time he was in negotiations to fight Manny Pacquiao. And he said that he knew he wasn't going to take the Terence Crawford fight. He was going to take the Pacquiao fight. Now, the interesting thing about the Pacquiao fight is, remember, he signed to fight Pacquiao with no VADA drug testing until it got out there, and then they did drug testing at the last minute. Don't forget, that happened with Adrian Broner. Broner got out there crying that, you know, wasn't no testing for the Pacquiao fight. Then they tested the last few weeks before the fight. So, you know, I kind of find that, you know, a little suspicious. So he was willing to fight Pacquiao. I told y'all, for them, it's about the money. So he fought Manny Pacquiao, and, you know, now he want to, you know, big Bud for an opportunity. Then my thing is, you know, he probably end up getting a Manny Pacquiao fight, and I'll probably push that fight to deter him from taking the Terence Crawford fight. So, real talk, Al been trying to put a stop to Terence Crawford for a long time. And he fed him John Molina, he fed him Felix Diaz, and maybe one or two other guys. But outside of that, you know, he been trying to stop this dude from winning for a long time. You know, to sit here and waste my time with Pacquiao, you negotiating with Pacquiao, they probably was negotiating, I don't know this for sure, they probably was negotiating with Bud first. And Al was like, hell no. You know, he was like, let me go get a better fight for you. And that's what Al Heyman do. He tell these dudes to drop belts, don't make certain fights. Yeah, he tell these dudes to drop belts, don't make certain fights. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't make these certain fights, drop this belt. I'm going to promise you a better fight. I'm going to get you a better fight. And at the end of the day, obviously, you're going to fight Manny Pacquiao. They came with the bag, and it was under one promotional umbrella. You wouldn't have to, you know, deal with Bob anymore. So we definitely understand, you know, why that made a bunch of sense. We definitely understood why. So, but, you know, quite honestly, now, you know, he, you know, talking about he want to fight Terence Crawford. Like, one, why would Crawford even fight you? You don't bring nothing to the table. You don't even bring certainty that you're going to make it to the ring. We don't even know. We signed a contract. We don't even know if you're going to be healthy enough to show up. You know, and it's funny. It's funny when a rabbit got the gun, how everybody want grace and want, you know, you to be meek and, you know, you to turn the other cheek, and y'all done dog me out. Like, what do we get from gifting Keith Thurman decision for years of a fight? For years, Keith Thurman said he wasn't a real welterweight. He was lighting the ass. And you gotta remember, Crawford came into the game, came into the division, calling out Keith Thurman before he got to the division. Earl Spencer shunned him. You know Terence Crawford gonna shun him. It don't make sense. He got to get in there and get a big win. And honestly, I don't even think he can beat none of these guys at this point. Pachuco, Madrimov, Murtazaliev. I mean, who can he beat? Lubin. Can he beat Virgil Ortiz? That might make some sense. Go out there and fight Virgil Ortiz. He might lose that fight, to be honest. So, yeah, it's funny now that, oh yeah, me and Crawford, that's the fight I want. Oh, man, okay. What is Crawford's incentive to go fight you? What does he get out the deal? And then he go to trashing Earl Spence's performance versus Crawford and saying that, oh, if I was in there that night, it would have been a much more competitive fight. And maybe it would have been a much more competitive fight, but you didn't have the kahunas to step into the ring with him. You got that Manny Pacquiao fight, and we ain't see you for a long time. every time we see you fight, and then it's a long time. Like, dudes should just retire like Sean Porter. Honestly, dudes should just retire like Sean Porter. That's the crazy thing. He about to be 36 years old. That's what I don't understand about the game. No activity. And I know he said, you know, his arm is doing a lot better and all that. Man, it's just time to walk away. I forgot who he fought last, but he won, I believe. I think he fought Mario Barrios last. That was a long ass time ago. So, yeah. Now he wanted to get in the ring with Bud and ask for grace. And, like, dog, why would Bud fight you? And he get in there talking about, yeah, nobody want to see an Earl rematch, and I wouldn't want to see it, and that may be true, but we don't want to see a Keith Thurman match. Come on, we don't want to see a Keith Thurman match at all. And not at least until you prime that motor up, prime that engine back up, prime that motor back up, and we see what you're working with. No, did he? You know? You get a good win back. Now, I know a little win versus a little guy, you know, a win versus a real 154 pounder. That's what we want to see. But sitting there and having the audacity to ask Bud to give you an opportunity, to me, is crazy. To me, it's crazy. To me, it's utter crazy. Utter crazy. Utter crazy. But, like I said before, closed mouth don't get fed. And I'm going to talk about in the video at some point, maybe before this one or coming up, how people saying Bud is scared to fight, scared to fight. Now the rumor he's scared to fight Murtazaliev. These dudes got so much hate in their heart for Bud, it's crazy, bro. And a lot of these dudes are cowards and won't even show their face. But, you know, they come with the territory. But Keith Thurman fixing his mouth, and then, you know, trashing Earl performance when you didn't want to get in the ring. You could have got in the ring after the Pacquiao fight. That's the crazy thing about it. He could have got in the ring after the Pacquiao fight. That's the wild thing about it. You was only willing to get back in the ring for a Pacquiao rematch. So really, you know, I don't really think nobody should give Keith Thurman an opportunity. I really don't think nobody should give him an opportunity. He need to be forced to retire. Real talk, he need to be forced to retire. And that's how I honestly feel about it, bro. He's always injured. Then when he's not injured and he have a fight, this dude take about 1,000 years off in between fights. Just let it go. Be a full-time commentator, and I don't think anybody will be mad at you. Yeah, be a full-time commentator. That's my thing, too. Be a full-time commentator. That's what I would tell him, be a full-time commentator. But, like I said before, trashing Earl performance and, you know, even getting on Tszyu about him losing. At least he went in there and fought. You didn't. You didn't. So I understand he was in the commentator mode, and then he get in the fighter mode about what he would have done and all this type of stuff. Bro, that's a wrap. People start fucking with you when Earl Smith punched you. And then seeing what Bud did to Earl Smith made you look a lot worse. And Earl still refused to fight him, which at this point, that fight make the most sense to make, but I understand why. Same reason I'm giving why I'm saying Terence Crawford probably wouldn't do it. You know, same reason why. So, yeah, keeps a joke. He's a joke at this point, man. But hey, it is what it is. I thought it was interesting. He sounded really good as a commentator. Maybe we should continue to do that. Do self-defense classes and shit. He said he wanted to do a YouTube video channel, you know, teaching people about boxing. That might be up his wheelhouse. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button. There's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance. Get notifications. We have live, we drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, follow me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon Music. Check out the Patreon. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.